Here, and today we're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball Super, and mainly about Dragon Ball Super episode 15, and mainly about Mr. Satan's Super Saiyan transformation. And I know in my last video, when I did my last video, at the end I was like that Mr. Satan does not turn into a Super Saiyan God, and this is where I'll explain. I mean, not Super God. All with all that God thingy going on and stuff. I'm just like remembering the Mr. Satan God thing. With all the Goku turning into Super Saiyan God, I'm just like talking about that. I can't take the God thing out of my mind. But what I meant to say was, Mr. Satan's not gonna turn into the Super Saiyan, and that's what I said in my last video, and this is where I'm going to explain that. And what I meant by that is that whenever the episode 14 came out, everyone was excited. They saw the episode 14 and everyone was excited. I mean, I was pretty excited. And then the real most people, they actually didn't pay attention on the ending of the episode 14, but more on episode 15's review. And the reason to that is because episode 15's review was really interesting. Probably one of the most interesting reviews ever in Dragon Ball history. And that mostly the reason to that was there was Mr. Satan's picture with Super Saiyan here. Mr. Satan, yes, Mr. Satan right here. Mr. Satan was turned into a Super Saiyan God, as you guys can see. And that really got a lot of people's interest. And just when people saw that, they assumed, they were like, "What's going on, man? Is Mr. Satan really gonna turn into a Super Saiyan God?" They just got excited, and they assumed he was gonna turn into a Super Saiyan. And gotta say, same with me. At first, I thought that too. I was like, "Whoa, Mr. Satan's gonna turn into a Super Saiyan? Man, what's going on? I gotta watch episode 15. I gotta figure out what's going on." And I forgot to look in the details. But later on, like the next day, I was like, "But how can this be?" And I thought about it a little, and I watched the review again, and then when I focused into the details a little bit, then I figured out that no, Mr. Satan's not gonna turn into the Super Saiyan God, because an idea was the Beerus picture, the Beerus looking alien with wings that just came. They showed this Beerus looking alien, and then they show that Mr. Satan turns into a Super Saiyan, and he's fighting the Beerus looking alien, and they're at like top of the earth, and it looks very similar to how Goku, Super Saiyan God, and Beerus, the God of Destruction, were like on the top of the earth at their battle in space. And I was like, wait a minute, this looks pretty similar. And then I stopped back to the Cell saga, and I was like, oh no way, are you kidding me? Is this gonna be another Cell? Are they gonna pull another Cell? Mr. Satan's going to pull another Cell. And what I mean by that, if you guys remember in the Cell saga, when all of the Saiyan Gohan beat Cell, then in the Majin Buu saga, at the start of Majin Buu saga, when they had the world tournament and everything, Mr. Satan made this fake film, and it had like it showed him beating up Cell, and all the Saiyans like losing by Cell, and then like thanking Mr. Satan for defeating him. And I think, yes, this is gonna be another one like that. It has to be it. I mean, what else could it be? So yeah, guys, that's what my theory is, that Mr. Satan is not gonna turn into a Super Saiyan, even though it looks a lot. I know the Cell one, that when they did the Cell film, it looked really fake. You could tell that it was fake. I mean, it's a cartoon, and the graphics, it's back in the 90s, but still, this one looks like pretty much like the graphics of the cartoon. Because when they did Mr. Satan did Cell's film, it looked way different than the graphics of the actual cartoon in that time. But this time, the graphics of Mr. Satan Super Saiyan are pretty much like the super graphics that we have right now. So maybe that maybe made a lot of people confused. But just saying, guys, Mr. Satan is not gonna turn into Super Saiyan. I mean, he cannot. He's not a Saiyan, guys. He cannot. If you're not a Saiyan, you can't turn into Super Saiyan God. I mean, Super Saiyan, of course, you can't turn into it. It's obvious. You can't turn into it. You guys, maybe I just made this video, so maybe there was some people still out there that were a little bit confused about it. So I just wanted to get it a little bit more clear that Mr. Satan is not gonna turn into a Super Saiyan, because he's not a Saiyan. He can't. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And I am gonna be doing a review this weekend, a review on episode 15, because maybe you guys thought I wasn't, but because I did episode 14 last week, and I actually do like skip one and then do the next, like, because I did 13s and then people thought I wasn't gonna do 14s and I was gonna go to 15, but I did do 14s. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do 15s. I probably am gonna do it. It kind of depends on if it's interesting, and I'm pretty sure it will be interesting. And I guess we'll find out what's gonna happen, if Mr. Satan's really gonna turn into a Super Saiyan or not. And I'm just telling you guys, he's not. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Remember, guys, it's been an Iron Blaster, and remember, I hope you enjoyed, and remember to rate, subscribe, rate, comment, and subscribe, and like if you enjoyed this video, and if you're hyped for episode 15, because I am. And just be hanging around. I'm probably gonna be posting my review like tomorrow somewhere, or maybe after that. So yeah, peace out, guys.